Good afternoon to the people of the East and afar. Herein opens the Ethereal Court of the Consules of the East. Your Majesties.
Good afternoon. Hello, East Kingdom. Happy Pi Day. It is March, and it's been a year. I know that I'm starting to be reminded that it's been a year, and I was looking back, and one of the things we were talking about a year ago was our hopes for getting to things and just reminding everyone to be understanding and kind with each other. And I must say that over the past year, this kingdom has exceeded my expectations in kindness, in understanding, in support, in finding ways to just continue to be the magnificent and fabulous kingdom that the East is. And I'd like to thank everyone both for showing up today, but for showing up for the past year. Thank you all very much. It has not been easy, but it has been rewarding to get to steer the East forward and hopefully seeing a hopeful light getting bigger.
So before we start doing awards, I would like you all to charge your glasses. And since it has been a year, we are going to toast our honored den and to those who have fallen. We appreciate everyone's time and to continue to stay focused and to continue to stay hopeful for this year to come. So please, if we may start the awards.
Their Majesties would see before them Richard Hayworth.
Greetings, Your Majesties.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
So my understanding is that one of the arts that you practice is one of my favorite arts, and that's embroidery.
That's correct, Your Majesty.
I couldn't tell that by not looking at your background.
I like to be on brand.
Yeah, you certainly are. You are someone who is very engaged in the ANS community. You've taught some online classes. You are working with our Kingdom Ministry of Arts and Sciences. And you are someone who is continually creating largesse. I know, appreciate largesse. As well as the Deputy Herald for Carolingia.
A person doing wonderful things.
A person doing wonderful things, doing them well, and being noticed. We would like to recognize the amount of work you have done and the impact it's had on the kingdom by inducting you into our Order of the Silver Brooch.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm very honored.
Tindal and Alberic, Consules Orientalis, greet well all who come by these letters. Many words have reached our ears praising the artistry of Richard Hayworth. His skill at embroidery is well known to us, and he has shown himself to be knowledgeable in multiple styles of the art. He has created largesse for us, including the stunning drawn-work handkerchiefs as tokens for the participants in our Arts and Sciences Champions competition. And he has graciously decorated gloves for the Consort's Order of Courtesy. It was noted by Cicero that public esteem is the nurse of the arts, and we would acknowledge Richard's worth to our realm by creating him a member of the Order of the Silver Brooch and awarding him these arms to be borne by him alone, without let or hindrance. Done in the 7th court of our reign, Anno Societatis 55. Words by Harold von Auerbach. Scroll by Colette d'Avignon.
If I may, Your Majesties, there is a medallion.
Excellent. Fantastic.
This medallion was made by myself. Richard and I are in the process of entering into a formal student-teacher relationship. And so I thought it fitting that a medallion made by my hand would be most appropriate for him to receive.
I can show it. I'll speak up so the camera comes on me.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. I'm so glad we got to see that.
With that comes an award of arms. So you will now be part of our nobility. And for the first time, may I say, Lord Richard.
For Lord Richard, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Brooch. Vivat!
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 Vivat! Their Majesties would see before them Lucas Abernathy.
Greetings, Your Majesties.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
I think it's very important to note that Lucas made sure that I was good when I was in Beowulf.
I had very little to do, Your Majesty.
That goes very well as he's a coach of storytelling. So I'm glad you got some coaching.
I got some great notes, and then I got compliments afterwards, and really they belong to Lucas, but also what is a fantastic performer himself. Across the known world, you're having an impact on the quality and the volume of performance that we're getting in our society. And I was talking to Master Toki afterwards about the fact that he told me that Lucas was from the East. I was like, that's surprising, and wanted to learn a little bit more about him. And it seemed like there were some things we needed to take care of. So, Lucas, this evening, we would like to raise you to the ranks of our nobility, award you arms, and induct you into our Order of the Silver Brooch.
Thank you so much, Your Majesties. I can't thank you enough. I'm shocked, and I thank my mentors, Mr. Soph and Master Toki, who brought me on this journey. So thank you all so very much.
It is a well-deserved honor. I think it's telling that you are referencing your mentors from other kingdoms as to the degree of impact that you are having
across the known world. It's excellent to see.
The East Folk's kings came to their hall, bringing a gift, unbinding praise runes for the mildest of men and most noteworthy. Are you that Lucas, who used his wits, teaching the Scops to tear the tales of heroes and halls of kings and kinfolk? Are you that Lucas, who word hoard loosed the tales of ancients in Eastern Hall? Are you that Lucas, law speaker and actor, who told stories, who strutted and fretted his hour upon ethereal stages? Are you that Lucas, who lacked in sleep to tread the planks and Penzic enliven? Take our hands this heartfelt gift, and bear on your breast our brooch of silver. Words, Toki Skaldigarver. Calligraphy and illumination, Audrey Bennett.
So if I may, for the first time, Lord Lucas.
For Lord Lucas, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Brooch. Vivat!
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 Thank you.
Well deserved.
Their Majesties request the presence of Viscountess Sheva Hrafensdotter.
Hi.
How are you doing this evening?
Good.
Excellent.
How about you?
I'm good. I love it when you pop up. And I thought that this time we would talk to you. You talking about other people. So you are a fantastic part of our kingdom, and
just look at the whole Norse look.
Norse is the right word.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like we as a kingdom are learning more and doing Norse better because of her excellency.
Oh.
He's taught quite a few, I believe, online classes about everything Norse. Yep. I think that we should recognize the contribution to the artistic culture, the Norse, and induct you into our Order of the Silver Brooch.
Oh.
And induct you into our Order of
Thank you so much.
If you may, Your Majesties, if I may, there is a medallion.
I expected there would be.
Oh, you're so sneaky. You're so sneaky.
The medallion was handcrafted by myself for my wife.
It has my ravens on it.
That's good. That's lovely. Very fitting and very well earned.
Thank you, Your Majesties. I'm greatly honored.
Frozen Fjord's gift to Eastern land, daughter of ravens, generous maker, skilled creator, knowledge giver. Sheva, a silver brooch made by Tiger Kings, Tindal and Alberic in the 55th year. Scroll by Brennan McFergus.
For Viscountess Sheva, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Brooch. Viva!
Viva!
Viva! Viva! Woo! Their Majesties would see before them their crown's champion of arts and sciences, Amalia von Hohenzie.
Good evening, Your Majesties.
Good evening. Double checking that the sound still works. Happy it does.
It does indeed.
Look at that outfit. The outfit is amazing, but everything that you do is amazing. It has been a fantastic year having you as my champion. The work you have done with the Ministry of Arts and Science, the work you have done in making sure that art was still a part of our kingdom and our lives over the past year has been surpassed only by the skill and the quality of art that you produce. There are a lot of things that I would like to say, but I feel like there's a larger group that needs to hear them as well. Audrey?
Their Majesties call before them the companions to the Order of the Laurel.
That would be us.
Yay!
Oh my!
Hello.
Good evening.
She's got a tear on.
Nice tiara.
Your Majesties, I am deeply honored. I have dreamed of joining this order for a long time, but I never dreamed it would happen this quickly. So thank you.
It is an order that is hungry to add you to their ranks, and we would set before you the question as to whether you are willing to join them, to add to our kingdom, to add to the quality of art that is produced, and we would set before you a writ.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
You're quite well deserved.
For Amalia and the question before her, Viva!
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 Viva! That's so exciting. So good.
Did you know it's snowing out?
On and off.
I know, but I was looking down the calendar, and the next thing that we have going on is a virtual mud thaw. I'm hoping the mud has thawed, but that's this month on the 20th, and we will also be doing an investiture there.
Lots of fun. So coming up on March 28th, we're going to be doing another Console of the Consules, and it's going to be an Ask Us Anything format. So please get your questions ready and send them in.
Oh, that's fun. It's been like a year since we did our first one of those.
Well, we were princes, yes.
And then in April, I know I'm looking forward to Bardic Champs, a day of stories, songs, and fun. That's going to be very exciting. And I heard we have a War of Words brewing.
We do, and that's going to be on the 15th to the 23rd. The first virtual Bardic War.
That's in May, right?
That's in May.
That's in May. We've got some good allies lined up for that one.
We do.
Atlanta. Yeah. I like a good war. So that looks like it'll be a tremendous time. I'm really just excited to be looking down the calendar with a lot of options for things that I can do. Now,
well, we hope to see you there. At least the most of them anyway.
Virtually for all of them, right?
Virtually
for all.
Completely virtually. So look at the East Kingdom calendar for links. So let's do some more awards.
I like awards.
Their Majesties would see before them Chiaretta di Fiori.
Just trying to find the unmute button before I stab Izzy over here. Hi, Your Majesties.
Hello, how are you?
Very surprised. I thought this was for their daughter.
Oh. Well, let's talk to you instead.
Okay, Your Majesties. I'm glad I put the full face on now.
Well, you're clearly surrounded by some people that are aware of the amount of work you've been doing. The Herald for Dragonship Haven.
Yes, that's a pretty recent position for me.
Coordinator for the St. Eligius competition.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And my favorite part about that is not just the work you did, but the way that you were able to encourage positive experiences in the ANS community.
Thank you, Your Majesty. That's what we're hoping for.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of the most important parts of service in the SCA is something that I keep hearing that you possess and have a strong hold on, and that's the ability to organize and the ability to delegate.
I'm pretty good at those, Your Majesty.
That is, we always need more organization. And the ability to delegate builds a bigger tent and keeps us from burning out. It's about time that we recognized you and inducted you into our Order of the Silver Wheel.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
Prick up your ears, good gentles, and hear these words of praise from our great consuls of the East, Alberic and Tindal. During these long months of isolation, there are those who strive to keep the wheel of our beloved arts and sciences turning brightly. One such, called here today, has shared her sewing prowess and her talent for herding kits to create beautiful and complex ensembles for Countess Margarita's queenly reign. She organized judges at St. Eligius Regional Competition while tending to each entrant, improving the event experience for all. Her Token Tuesdays on the Book of Faces inspired many homebound artisans to share their projects and progress, sending her Silver Fox tokens far and wide. And so do they, by their very royal hand, gratefully induct Chiaretta di Fiore into their Order of the Silver Wheel, this 14th day of March, Anno Societatis 55.
Congratulations.
For Chiaretta, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat! Vivat! Their Majesties would see before them Fianna Inyan Kerrigan.
Hello, Your Majesties. Hi.
We've heard some interesting things about your body of works. You're the Captain of Archers?
That was a while ago. Yes, I did do that a long time ago.
I like that we're subtly mentioning that she's been doing service for a long time.
Yep.
Let's say currently serving as the Chancellor of Youth Activities.
Yes. Although there hasn't been much to do because there haven't been any events, so it's kind of sad. I have my corner of stuff and I'm not able to do anything with it. And I had intended to do things online, with kids, read to them and stuff. I haven't had a chance to do anything. I'm sorry.
No.
Life's busy.
Listen, plans and hope for the future are what we are building on right now. You have served as a deputy seneschal.
Yes.
And
I have.
a deputy mistress of arts and sciences.
Yes.
So we're talking about someone who's been serving for a while, serving currently, and has plans to continue serving in the future.
Yes. Okay.
So with this whole body of work, we would like to induct you into the Order of the Silver Wheel.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, I don't know if I feel I deserve that. I haven't been doing anything lately. Like this whole past year, it's just been too hard to do anything. I don't know.
But you've done the work. You've done the work. You deserve to be recognized. I heard you say that you have plans for the future. It doesn't matter what you're able to do right now. You've done the work and you have earned this recognition. And
it is right and true, and you belong into the Order of the Silver Wheel.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh my God.
To all in singular, as well nobles and others to whom these presents shall come, be seen, heard, read, and understood, do Tindal and Alberic, rightful consules of these eastern lands, proclaim the following to be our words and our will. We have been told of a lady hailing from our fair barony of Ironbog. Over many years, Fianna Inian Kerrigan has held numerous offices. To wit, she has served as company captain of the archers, web mistress, deputy seneschal, event steward, deputy minister of arts and sciences, deputy chancellor of youth. She is currently Ironbog's chancellor of youth activities and does a great job with ensuring there are engaging activities for the younger generation. Wherefore do we find that Lady Fianna is well-deserved and worthy of recognition. Therefore, for the remembrance and assured continuity of her goods and works, do we award unto Fianna Inian Kerrigan a silver wheel. In witness whereof, we, Consules Tindal and Alberic, do subscribe our names hereto during our 7th Ethereal Court. Scroll by Catherine Barr. For Fianna, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat!
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 Welcome.
Thank you.
Their Majesties would see now before them Brander Bjorndal.
Yes, hello, Your Majesties.
how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing fine. A little surprised, but I'm doing okay.
Surprise is okay. I would like to start with, I'd like to say small, but right now a significant job that you're doing serving as Hearthstone Dale's social media deputy. You've been serving for quite some time.
Yeah, it seems like I've been serving for a while.
Even looking forward, I believe you are the co-steward for the upcoming service schola.
Yes, I am.
Demo coordinator, web minister,
Always helping out.
bringing people in, making sure that they feel comfortable. First, thank you. Second, we would like to induct you into our Order of the Silver Wheel.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm really honored. Thank you.
I'd say you're welcome, but honestly, I'm going to stick with our thank you. This is just a means to mark you so that other people know how much we're benefiting from your service.
Since the world is changed daily by different events, it is necessary that legal actions be transmitted through the contents of writing for the knowledge of those in the future. Therefore, we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls of the Empire of the East, caused this document to be made because we wish it to be known to all present and future persons that Brand Bjorndal is a good and steadfast man who's done much for the betterment for our shire of Hartshorn Dale. Willing and wishing to honor the said brand, we do hereby invest and endow him with the Order of the Silver Wheel, to have and hold the same as our singular gift, that this gift may have the strength of perpetual stability and be indissoluble. We have marked the present document with our signs and caused it to be read aloud in our court. Done in the first year of our reign, being the 55th year of the Society. Words by Alice McIntosh. Scroll by Aurelia Corleone Abucaforno.
Thank you. I'm touched. Thank you.
Your Majesties, there will be a medallion. We have a note from his household with a lovely picture of a silver wheel. It says, in honor of your induction to the Order of the Silver Wheel, your household, remember that we never disbanded, Marshall's Ford Tavern will be supplying you with a medallion or other symbol of the order. Vivat, Elizabeth and John.
That is excellent to hear. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For Brand, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat! Their Majesties would see before them Agnieszka Liska Zikolina.
Good evening, Your Majesties.
Good evening. I really like your name.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
I also like my name. A lot of work went into it.
I'm sure, as I'm hearing that you are in the heraldic arts and you're primarily a book herald.
I am,
so
yes.
I'm sure this was very interesting to get to learn everything about your name to be. So this is really good to do. You're also working on voice heraldry?
Yes, Your Majesties.
And you're the current herald for Carolingia since 2018.
Yes, I am.
That's a number of years. That is quite a number of years. So I have heard you described as a powerhouse volunteer. High praise. That is clearly someone who is getting the job done when it needs to be done. That's a resume to be proud of. That's a resume that should be recognized. We would recognize it this evening by inducting you into our Order of the Silver Wheel.
Thank you, Your Majesties. I'm honored.
You're most welcome.
Ad Societatem Gloriae. We, Magnus Tindal and Alberic von Rostock, by grace of arms and chivalry, consuls of the East, do send greetings to all our populace and all who come by these words. It is necessary that the usefulness of actions and feats, and the good deeds of the enthusiastic, be preserved by writings and charters, lest through the passage and mutability of time, oblivion steal the goods provided to the successors of those who came before. As a knight's shield bears their arms, that their valor is plain from great distance, so the many good services of one who has labored well and fervently for our kingdom shall by these words be made known. Herald, baronial officer, teacher, and volunteer, Agnieszka Liska Zikolina enriches our realm by the labor of her heart and mind, by the art of her hands and voice, and by the presence of her example. Since the age of man is fleeting, but the letter lives, let these letters prove our desire that she join this day our Order of the Silver Wheel, and bear the arms of her choosing, to wit, per bend beviled, or and vert, and in continued service to our kingdom and society, and be thus known as Lady Agnieszka Liska Zikolina henceforth. We ordain this letter to be written as testimonial evidence and averment, done by our seal and the hands of our scribes this 14th day of March, Anno Societatis 55, at our ethereal court of the East. May the light of the East be undimmed. Calligraphy and illumination by Cecilia Raposa. Words by Gavin Ken and Justin Ducour, after the letters of Kunigard of Swabia, Queen of Bohemia.
So for the first time, Lady Agnieszka. Thank you.
For Lady Agnieszka, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat!
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 Yes, Mistress Elena and Mistress Lissa would like to exchange their roles this evening for Ministry of Arts and Sciences.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We can do that.
All right. So first, I believe we'll start with Mistress Lissa.
So I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I've had a wonderful time serving as Kingdom Minister of Arts and Sciences. It has been a challenge, but I look forward to a little bit of a vacation now. And I'm so very happy that I have Mistress Elena as the deputy who is prepared and willing and eager to take over for me in this role. So thank you very much.
Mistress Lissa, you have seen us through an unprecedented time in a way that still managed to grow and solidify the arts community of the East. We are forever appreciative of everything you've done and so happy that we have the momentum to move forward and continue it on this path. Thank you.
Your hard work and dedication to the Arts and Sciences Office is for me, just overwhelming, just because of all the things that we've had to go through during this pandemic. Your service is beyond reproach. We thank you so much.
Thank you.
For Mistress Lissa and the work that she has done as the Kingdom Minister of Arts and Sciences. Vivat!
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 Their Majesties would see before them Mistress Elena Hilton.
Good evening, Your Majesties.
Good evening. Thank you for joining.
I had a wonderful reason to be here, as Amalia is my apprentice, but won't be for very much longer.
And very, very sincere thanks for taking up this role, for continuing the vision of art in the East as a vital part of everything we are doing.
We do see great things from you in this office, and just as we had talked when we were doing the changeover for you and Lissa privately, you are just the person that we need in this job right now. So thank you very much for stepping into this position.
Thank you so much, Your Majesties. I am incredibly excited and honored. And I won't say more because I put most of it into my oath. I got way too into researching 15th century oaths of office this week. It was exciting.
I would love to hear the oath.
I, Elena Hilton, within my wit and power, shall truly and diligently execute the authority given to me, assessing and supporting those within our realm of arts and sciences well and faithfully, sparing no one through love or friendship, nor judging anyone excessively through hate or malice, but to each with due consideration and care. I shall take no gift nor reward, privily nor apertly, above the value of 2 shillings, or such as allowed by the laws and statutes of this realm, save as from your majesties. I shall counsel the crown well and truly, and serve the office faithfully and diligently. Of all that is aforesaid, I swear it to be observed, upon my honor.
I, Alberic.
And I, Tindal.
Hear your words and know them to be true. Whether we can find 2 shillings at this point, it will be interesting, but we'll endeavor to do so.
We will heed your counsel, and you have our faith. We entrust to you the lifeblood of our kingdom, the arts of the East. You have the protection of the crown and a place at our hearth in peace or in war.
You have this until the world ends or the crown comes from our heads. So say I, Alberic.
And I, Tindal.
Consuls of the East.
For Mistress Elena, newest Kingdom Minister of Arts and Sciences. Vivat! 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 Vivat!
Vivat!
Look at this magnificent set behind us.
I remember this behind us at our coronation. It is an amazing piece of art. It's fantastic. I love that we have a space where we can really unfurl the entire thing and sit before our triumphal arch. And a special thank you to Sir Cassius Pontius, who created this. It's amazing.
And we're looking as fabulous as ever for the efforts of the Honorable Lady Asker. She's just doing an amazing job as seamstress to the crown.
And I'm wearing a little bit of Mistress Felicity as well. And then everyone else who's making sure that we're lit and sound good. Thank you very much to our web team and everyone else who makes sure that the whole production happens. The people that are editing together those award sessions, the scribes that are still producing such fabulous scrolls for all the awards recipients.
And of course, to our fabulous Vox, who's been through this with everyone else as well. So with that, more awards.
Their Majesties would have before them Cedric Campbell, otherwise known as Cedric of the Floppy Hat.
Hello, Your Majesties. Take two.
Good evening, Cedric.
Good evening, Your Majesties.
Great to see you this evening.
And you as well.
I could spend the entire evening talking about the amount of service you have done for the East Kingdom. 2 decades as a rapier marshal.
2 decades plus some.
Not entirely for the East, but yes.
Service
All right.
is service.
So we will steer into active across the known world. East Kingdom, West Kingdom, Kingdoms 1 and 2. Service is service. And speaking of the East, I'm also looking at someone who stepped into the role of Northern Region Seneschal.
Indeed.
Quietly and effectively.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Always taking great care with the personal interactions of the populace as your role as Seneschal.
Your Majesty, I know we have an order with us because we've been doing some business with them already.
We do.
And since they're here and Cedric's here, Cedric, I believe the time has come to have you join your companions in the East as we induct you into the Order of the Silver Crescent.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
You're most welcome.
Were he to keep a lower profile, he might have lived quite unknown in the East Kingdom the rest of his life. The list fields he prowled most every day, crossing swords with joy and never delay. His clothes, most oft his vest and his stripes, though his hat alone would identify and suffice. Then, mostly alone save for only a few, to whom he had confided his whole story true. One afternoon he turned up at the court, and offered his services at their report, to fetch and to carry any kind of work, no task too small, no trial would shirk. And to cut short a tale already long, he strove to study and train and belong to the rapier marshalate, where by and by he was a cunning fellow who kept a sharp eye on every fencer and event support staff, which is no small feat alone and by half. As Atlas was strong and wise as an ox, as Apollo was swift and wily as a fox, with all of these qualities alone he was good at teaching and training as any with such skill should. He took time to do any job he was asked, filling each duty, request, or each task. Helper, mentor, and friend were the names that they called him. The very notion of abandoning those in need appalled him. Few folks of the kingdoms were, as all would support, were half so beloved as he in the court. So gentle was his manner, and seen by the crown, that all of the East Kingdom rang with renown. So great grew his reputation in time, both for his helpfulness and service in prime. So for 9 years he led life in this way. Through trials and struggles and joys he did stay, and did his job so well, both in peace and in war, that there was no man whom the East valued more. So we grant Cedric of the Floppy Hat crescents of silver to show our thanks we now deliver. Consules Tindal and Alberic do bestow in Ethereal court. This day and forever shall this honor shall be cavort. Words by Solveig Bjarnardóttir, scroll by Tifan Faramay. For Cedric, newest companion of the Order of the Silver Crescent, Viva! Their Majesties would have before them Siobhan Floyd.
Hello, Your Majesties.
Hello, Siobhan.
I'm this one here. We're in mass because we don't live together.
Smart decisions.
Very smart decisions. Maledictus Chronicler. That must be a fun job.
Yeah, it's the best one ever. Yep.
Always working at the Burka Gate.
Yep.
And also GNU Gate Coordinator. Those are both very, very interesting and tough jobs to do, just because of the massive influx of people that go to those events.
They're busy.
You're also head attendant for their excellencies of Stone March.
One of.
Always doing camp setup and tear down for Stone March as well. And always there when someone needs something or something.
Guilty.
So all of these points of service hold great things dear to my heart as a master of the Pelican. And I would love to induct you this evening into the Order of the Silver Crescent.
Oh, thank you.
As someone who has been described as a rock of support in Stone March, it is an order that has grabbed us and shaken us and demanded that you be counted among their members.
Inasmuch as their majesties have been incessantly sued unto by so many of their loyal subjects and counselors, that there is in the province of Maligentia one Siobhan Floyd, who has rendered such long and enduring service unto both Maligentia and Stone March, that the realm has been enriched. And having noted that beyond many years of service as baronial retainer to Stone March, she has managed the gate at both the market day at Burka and the Great Northeastern War, and served as chronicler for Maligentia. She thus warrants recognition. Therefore, it pleases us that by these letters, and to the great acclaim of the companions of the order, we, Tindal and Alberic, Consules Orientalis, do induct Siobhan into our noble Order of the Silver Crescent, with all the attendant rights and responsibilities, and as a further token of her new estate, bestow upon her these arms by grant: Argent, a dragonfly bendwise, sinister, purpur, winged sable, to be borne by her alone, without let or hindrance. Done at our 7th court, held in the 7th month of our reign, Anno Societatis 55. Scroll by Harold von Auerbach.
I'm speechless, and I thank you very much.
You're most welcome, and it's most deserving for all of the work that you do for the East.
Thank you.
For Siobhan, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Viva! 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 Their majesties would have before them Morwell McShane.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Exchequer for 4.5 years.
Yes, I have been.
That's a long time to be an exchequer.
Yes, counting lots of pennies.
Knight Marshal of Buckland Cross. You organize and lead practices. And you've been serving the rapier community as a marshal for how long?
Almost all 4 years now.
Right. So with all of this body of service, we would like to recognize you this evening into the Order of the Silver Crescent.
That is unbelievable, and I'm shaking right now. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Your service is exemplary, and the Order has said.
And I'm honored to serve because I have made a family in the SCA, and so many people serve to allow me to have the fun and enjoyment, and it's my way of giving back so I can help other people.
Consuls of the East, Tindal and Alberic, to all good persons of our lands to whom these present letters shall come, greetings. Know that, not led by force or fear nor by an erroneous lapse, but by our pure and considered wish, and having taken consultation with great and wise persons of our court concerning the great travails of our beloved and faithful Morwell McShane, as Marshal and Exchequer, we do hereby give, grant, and confirm by this present charter unto the said Morwell the status, repute, and estate of a member of the Order of the Silver Crescent, along with all manner of liberties, easements, and lawful pertinence, as much as any other member of the order aforementioned. In testimony of the foregoing, we have caused this our charter to be made and marked with our ensign's manual. Done in the first year of our reign, being the 55th year of the society. Words by Alice McIntosh. Scroll by Aurelia Coglione Abucuferno.
Wow.
For Morwell, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Viva!
Hey, Morwell!
Their Majesties would see before them Douglas Doan.
Good evening, Your Majesties. Hello.
Hello. I would like to talk about a significant impact you have had within the SCA, within the performing arts community of the SCA over the last year. Let's start with almost a year ago when you pivoted the East Kingdom College of Performers Challenge Assembly from in-person to online, and continue forward to your helping in the Penzic-themed Bardic Circle in August. It's so important right now to be able to connect, to be able to share performances the way that you do on YouTube, which I've enjoyed, and the ability to keep and sustain a community's connection is significant.
Just the sheer challenges of having live Bardic into virtual Bardic is just an amazing feat in and of itself. So I thank you so much for being able to do that and to keep Bardic alive in this kind of community.
That effort has not just been noticed by us. There is a group of people that have been watching Douglas and would like him counted among their member. And so this evening, we would induct you into our Order of the Silver Crescent.
Wonderful.
Let it be known that our good and noble Douglas Doan has worked long and hard for the benefit of our kingdom, most especially as chatelaine for the East Kingdom College of Performers. As such, he has expended great efforts during the weird times to give the Eastern populace opportunities to perform and be seen. He has been autocrat and co-autocrat to a number of events and opportunities in the ether. Above and beyond this, he has been of great service to the shires and baronies around him, making sure that the local Bardic community had opportunities to practice and perform before the weird times. Therefore, at the request of the companions and by our wish, we, Tindal and Alberic, Consules of the East Realm, do induct the noble Douglas into our Order of the Silver Crescent, and further do grant him the exclusive rights to bear these arms. In witness whereof, we set our hand this Anno Societatis 55 at the 7th Ethereal Court of the Eastern Consuls. Scroll by Baron Phelan Anschachen.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty, and thank you to the orders of the member of the Silver Crescent. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well earned, well deserved.
For Douglas Doan, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Vivant! 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 Their Majesties would call before them Mariette de Bretagne.
Hello.
Hello. I'm seeing someone I recognize.
Yes.
Because I don't have a favorite kid, but I may have a favorite activity, right? It may be fighting. It may be fighting with large groups of people. And you may have been a huge part of building the Southern Region Army over the last number of years. You can squint at me. You can squint at me. My warlord told me that I was right. Okay.
Interesting, because I was going to go to the more service route of the service that she's been to the MOAS office. Just be getting all of the online classes and scheduling those.
I'll own that one.
Creating financial policy. That's a little bit of behind the scenes, massively important work.
You served as the exchequer for Rusted Woodlands. You've also are the Southern Region Deputy Tiger Clerk.
Yep.
Up to a certain point of this pandemic year. So there is a certain order that I believe needs to be called in at this time, just because of all of the good things that you do. Audrey, would you please call this order in?
Their Majesties require the presence of the Order of the Pelican.
Hello. Here we are.
Hi.
Guess what?
Hi.
I
should be hiding. We got
you. Protege. Aw.
Oh.
Gotta go back on mute.
Your Excellency, because you were given a baronage by Contessa Margarita just before all of this started, pretty much, and at last Burka is when it was wonderful to see, and it does my heart proud and good that we now give you a writ to join this order.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
You have some time to contemplate and coordinate, and then you come back to us with an answer.
Yes, Your Majesties.
Now, let's hear more cheering.
For Mariette and the question posed before her. Viva!
Well done, your lady. Well done, little lady.
So about 2 weeks ago, we really got to spend the day talking to the kingdom about a path forward and the significance of finding heirs and finding heirs as soon as possible. Even now, things begin to change around us. The travel between state regulations is changing. The plan for gathering sizes is changing. But I think having spoken to the kingdom, having counseled our great officers and amongst ourselves, I think we can start to put forward a path that seems extremely possible and commit to the beginnings of a timetable. And that would be a crown tournament that begins with feeder tournaments leading to a tournament. We would need bids for those feeder tournaments. We'd like to see those happen in June. June is right now, moving forward with the BOD, when we can have events again. We'd love to see those feeder tournaments in June, to have bids for those feeder tournaments by May, by the 1st of May. That would give us time to select bids, start having feeder tournaments in the middle of June. So we would need letters of intent by the middle of May so that we could populate those feeder tournaments. And then by the time we got to June and we're having the feeder tournament start, we would need an event bid for crown tournament in July that could accommodate, crossing my fingers, hopefully a significant number of spectators if we're there, but at a minimum, the combatants and the officers. I'm encouraging bids for the feeder tournaments from across the kingdom because we're really going to need to be able to place them in locations with populations of fighters. And that's something we're not going to know till we have letters in our hands. Obviously, I just said a whole bunch that we will be putting together in a more formal written announcement so that there are specific dates and expectations on them. That will be happening this week. But just
to give people and groups time to plan and discuss if they're able to host, if they're willing to host fighters, if they want to participate, that they have enough time to train, and that the kingdom has enough time mechanically to move forward. We'd like to thank everybody who took the time to give us feedback, both at the town halls and written before and afterwards. It was invaluable to coming up with a solution that we hope it hits that sweet spot of getting us airs in a manner that feels Eastern and is acceptable.
But as we put these timelines into place, they're all subject to change depending on CDC guidelines, health restrictions of states, and also between the border, depending. And we're hopeful that in July, things have moved enough with the outside world that we are able to come together and have a contract. So thank you so much for joining those town halls, and to the seneschals and to the regionals, and to, of course, me, our Kingdom Seneschal, who guided us throughout this whole process. And we will talk more about it during the Council of the Consuls, depending on the questions that come through. So with that, I think we should do a few more awards before we close out today.
Their Majesties would see before them Kieran O'McTeer.
Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us this evening. So one of the things that I've tried to continue on from Countess Margarita is our tokens of inspiration. You, my friend, have been one of the inspirations to the East Kingdom by posting all the great fun facts about all the animals that we see on Facebook and everything of that nature. It is so great to do that. We are unable to get together at events for me to search out people for inspiration. So I have went to a really great group of people, the Roses of the East, to send me people for inspiration. And you have been named by Duchess Bronwyn Dawn Trader so that you may have my token of inspiration. So thank you so much for all that you do to keep the East inspired.
Thank you. I really enjoyed posting them. I hope everyone else is too.
I look forward to it. I see that, I go, oh, what animals are this week? Great. So awesome.
For Kieran, newest recipient of His Majesty's Token of Inspiration, Vivat!
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 Your Majesties would see before them Abel Atwater.
Hello.
Hello. There's a face I know. How are you doing this evening?
Doing well. How about you?
Things are going well. You live fairly close to us, and sometimes we get to see you at fighter practice. And the number of times when I've dropped by your local fighter practice and you're making sure that people get to fight or that the youth get to fight is amazing. Your ability to encourage new fighters and then still find time at the end of the night to make sure that you get some improvement of yourself.
One of the things that I enjoyed coming to your fight practices is you being able to teach us how to fight Sir Ivan. It is really great because I know he's a lefty, and it's really nice to get some tips on how to fight. So thank you so much.
Nice. Thank you. I'm sure my knight is loving the fact that I teach a class on how to fight lefties.
Renown earned is renown earned. For everything you do for the fighting community, and specifically for your growing prowess, this evening we would like to induct you into our Order of the Silver Tiger.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
It is a pleasure to put a symbol of the East on someone so worthy.
Well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Standing stout against sinister foes takes patience, guile, and sight. When the battle is done, it's the count of the blows that tell only half of the fight. It's the vision to see how smallest of gaps can allow for a shot to be tallied, but care should be taken, for only one lapse can allow an opponent to rally. It takes quite the eye to see the final threads that study of movement can bring. Just knowing the shots that may come ahead can even take down a once king. Thus, standing in honor from Nordenhall Shire, Tindal and Alberic, through herald and warder, call Abel Atwater, Jarl Ivan's squire, to the Silver Tiger Order. Heed word from the throne, all residents east, from the south through the heart to the north, that the count in that order has this day increased, and the badge of the same shall be carried henceforth. Calligraphy and illumination by Sage Elan de Janvier. Words by Nicol McDonough. For Abel, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Tiger. Viva!
Viva!
Viva! Viva!
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Their Majesties would see before them Andre Lepervier.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Excellent. So, just because I like talking about Penzic 48, let's start talking about you and Penzic 48.
What happened in Penzic 48?
You were in an alternate, I believe.
Oh, that, yes.
It was so long ago, it's difficult to remember, but I remember you winning that bout. It was very impressive. That is kind of and sadly, that is kind of the most recent thing that I have in a career that goes back 3 decades.
About that time?
That's impressive. But more impressive is during that time, earning a reputation as someone who is a good and kind person, a fun fight in the list, an enjoyable companion outside of the list, and a trusted instructor of newcomers.
Starting to practice in Ironbog, just being an all-around service person to the rapier community, and your prowess as a rapier person in general. So it is great to see this being recognized this evening. So the thing that we have called you here for tonight is to present you with a writ for the Order of Defense.
Oh my, oh, oh shit, I'm sorry. I don't have words.
We'll give you a moment. We bring the order in to join him.
Their Majesties would call before them their Order of Defense.
Yay. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hi, kids. We're here.
Hey, Andre.
Hi.
Hi, Andre.
Ha
Neener. Andre, we could talk about your prowess and the way that you have grown the rapier community in a positive direction, but sometimes it's just looking at a group of individuals that stands with us in making this offer to you today.
Wow.
It's an appropriate response. At this point, we've given you a question. You get to go away and think. And then we'll coordinate once you've decided how we're going to move forward.
Okay.
Natalia says say thank you.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
You don't have to say
thank you. Thank you.
You don't have to say thank you.
Okay.
This is, as I am fond of saying, this is not a present. This is an honor that you have deservedly earned, and that
the order has said as much, that this person should be part of our order.
I'm not sure what more to say or anything. I'm just completely stunned.
For Andre and the question before him, Vivat!
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 Yay.
So as we approach the end of court, one of the things that I like to talk about, with tomorrow obviously being a dark day in history, is on the Ides of March, as Caesar was dispatched, his dying breath, if you take a deep inhale right now, as I have, you will take in one of the air molecules that he exhaled as he died. That is the spread and the connection that we have with humanity. And one of the ways that I like to maintain that connection with the kingdom is with the largesse lottery that we've been doing.
It has been well received by.
So that link is in today's web announcement on the EK website. Of course, you need to know the secret word to
And the
receive.
secret word is Brutus.
That's mean. Okay, the secret word is Brutus. Fine. So if you
Just
go,
like it's not the Senate doing it.
we don't have a Senate.
Yes, we do.
Not in the East.
Yes, we do.
Those animals love us.
So we should be just fine right where we are
Yes.
today.
Very few of them can wield knives. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. Thank you to everyone who came to the recording sessions. Thank you to everyone who wrote someone in as deserving an award. Quick reminder, you still got a couple hours left if you haven't filled out your polling.
I believe it is midnight. Midnight tonight is the last time you can put in your polling.
Which is,
but I would get it in before midnight,
because
just so you know it's in.
midnight gets here sooner today.
It does because of the time change. So yes, please be aware of that.
Because we love the council of the entire order when making decisions. Thank you again to our wonderful Vox, Audrey, and our web team, and everyone who contributed to putting together this fabulous broadcast. We tremendously appreciate the ability to stay in touch with the East Kingdom.
And with the words that we've heard, we're very hopeful for this year to come. So thank you so much. We love you, we miss you, and hope to get together again soon.
There being no further business, herein closes the ethereal court of the Consules of the East. Long live the Kingdom of the East.